A gun show promoter in Pennsylvania has banned the sale of 80% lowers at all of their shows going forward, and it appears that though one of the state's gun right groups is on board with this. There's a lot going on. Let's unpack it here on this episode of Guns and Gadgets. Today's video is brought to you by Sylvan Arms. Sylvan Arms provides quality American-made firearms accessories at an affordable price, and most of you might know them from their folding stock adapters or their 9mm conversion block, but their latest release is this M-Lock 2-in-1 QD sling mount. Now the sling mount allows users to use either a QD sling or standard clips if you have that, or both. It's perfect for moving between multiple spots on your rifle to account for whatever accessories you put on your rifle, or you can move the sling mount to a different rifle altogether. I really like the spring-loaded design. It locks in place and again allows for super easy adjustment with minimal effort. This is perfect if you have a favorite sling that you want to use on different rifles. All you got to do is quickly disconnect it from your current setup and move it to your new setup. Get yours today at Sylvan Arms and tell them that Guns and Gadgets sent you. Alright guys and gals, let me try to set the stage so that everybody can understand what's going on. There's still some cloudiness here, but I've talked to numerous people on the ground in Pennsylvania and in different parts that know what's going on. And again, let me set the stage. You have Eagle Arms Productions. They're Pennsylvania's largest gun show promoter. They have made a decision to ban the sale of 80% lowers at all their future gun shows. Now, FOAC, which is the Firearms Owners Against Crime in Pennsylvania, they're on record for being against the ban of 80% lowers, and based off of information I have received from a couple different sources, but also a phone call that they did with John Crump of Ammo Land and Gun Owners of America. You can see that on John's YouTube channel. But like I said, they're against the ban, but they say they're for this type of ban in the community so that government doesn't do it. And I'll try to get you, like I said, this is difficult. So Josh Shapiro is the Attorney General of Pennsylvania, very, very anti-gun. And he's already doing the win-win yay victory tour on this because they're saying, look, that Eagle Arms Productions is the first gun show promoter in the country to proactively ban the sale of 80% lowers. And based off of what Kim Stolfer of the Firearms Owners Against Crime in Pennsylvania has said to John Crump, they're cool with this decision because, among other things, a lot of these kits were being sold in bulk for cash. And based off of a sting that was done, some of these kits are being purchased by prohibited people and perhaps being used on the street in crime. Now, on the screen is the press release from Firearms Owners Against Crime. And I will say, first off, Eagle Arms Productions is a private entity. They have the right to determine what is allowed in their show. It's private, okay? I get that. And you can see their press release says, the right to keep and bear arms is a cherished right that is enshrined in our constitutions, both state and federal. This right is under assault in part because of the unscrupulous and merciless actions of not only criminals who manipulate the law to suit the circumstances, but also heartless merchants, not legitimate FFLs. Now, in my opinion, that's directly pointed at JSD Supply because they're the group that was selling these at the shows in Pennsylvania that were told basically to cease and desist. And they are not an FFL. In fact, they address some of these claims again with John Crump. But I'll continue. These violent career criminals are aided and abetted by ruthless merchants without a conscience who turn a blind eye to the consequences of their unaccountable commerce. The recent investigation and apprehension of 4 individuals at Morgantown Gun Show who bought dozens of Polymer 80 kits that can be, with about an hour's work, turned into fully functional Glock firearms was the last straw for the gun show promoter Eagle Arms and its CEO, Joel. As of March 12th, Eagle Arms informed vendors that they would no longer allow the sale of Polymer 80 firearms kits. This was after consultation with Representative Eamon Brown, who is a very anti-gun politician out of the Philadelphia area. whose district has been beset by homicide after homicide, with these firearms turning up on almost a daily basis at crime scenes, putting our communities at risk, as well as our Second Amendment at risk. Now look at this part. The failure of our Second Amendment community to police our own ranks opens the door for opportunistic politicians to seize on these crimes to advance a gun control agenda. This is demonstrated by the recent introduction of SB 413 in the Pennsylvania Senate to ban these firearm parts kits. We commend and support Eagle Arms' decision to terminate the sale of these kits, which were clearly turning up in crime as functional firearms. This is a form of self-regulation that is conducted on a daily basis at FFL dealers across Pennsylvania and the country. Private enterprises like Eagle Arms have every right to control what products are sold at their events. Legitimate vendors at these events support what Eagle Arms is doing. These Polymer 80 kits are still available for sale to citizens throughout Pennsylvania, and they can purchase them at FFL's, gun dealers, and still order them online from any business, including, as you know, Brownells and Midway, and even the manufacturer. But then again, they won't be able to lay down the cash and skirt the process that normal citizens follow. Both Representative Eamon Brown and Eagle Arms have collaborated on a decision that will save lives as well as protect the constitutional rights of all citizens without government intervention and restriction. So there you have it in their own words. They're okay with this happening, and they seem to have an issue with people being able to buy Polymer 80 kits for cash from non-FFL dealers. I don't know if they're for a background check for polymer kits for things that are not firearms. They've Crump asked them that a few times, and they really didn't get an answer on that. But again, this is their press release from FOAC, and they're behind this going on because of crime. Now again, they said that Eagle Arms can do this. They back it. It's a private entity, private gun show, yep. But were they pressured to do it is a question I have. And where, again, it seems like somewhere, I'm not necessarily saying it's FOAC or even Eagle Arms, but somewhere someone has a wink, wink, nod, nod deal with anti-gun politicians, and that's just not cool. It appears that FOAC is okay with this because they're proactively finding a solution to a crime problem in the Philadelphia area related to ghost guns. Now, all right, I'm not sitting here pointing the finger at anybody saying that they're wrong for their opinion, but what I will say is that as a Second Amendment community, we should not be proactively doing the work of the anti-gun groups for them. What do I mean? Since this has happened yesterday morning, again, Josh Shapiro is taking a victory lap. You have Every Town for Gun Safety also pointing at this and saying that this is a great thing and every other gun show promoter in the land should do this. You have Moms Demand Action doing the same thing and calling out the Biden administration to now have a ban nationally and to have the ATF do what is within their power now to go after 80% lowers and DIY kits, etc. And what they're going to do now, and what they have been doing, is saying, look, a gun rights group even backs this. That will be the battle cry for a national ban. Look, a gun rights group is okay with this in Pennsylvania. So why can't we make that cool across the country? I think, in a way, it was an attempt to find a solution to a problem, but the problem is the criminal mind. Us as gun owners, lawful, law-abiding, constitutional-abiding people, we know that crime is a fact of life. You cannot legislate evil. You cannot legislate the evil thoughts or beliefs or desires in the hearts and minds of men and women. You can't do it. Building your own gun has been legal in this country since the beginning, and prior to that, it's always been legal. Do 80% lowers end up in crime? Yes, they do. But it's a very small percentage. And the country as a whole should never give up a right for a very small percentage of people, whether we're talking about guns, or search and seizure, or quartering troops in houses, or freedom of speech. Now, to me, it appears, and I could be 100% wrong, but it appears to me that somewhere whether it's with the Attorney General's office and the gun show promoter or the gun rights group. It appears to that somewhere there's a wink, wink, nod, nod type thing going on. And I can't put my finger on it, but I hope that's not the case. We should not be doing the work of the anti-gunners. Period. Is that happening in Pennsylvania? I don't know, but what I can tell you is that a gun show promoter has banned 80% lowers from the rest of their gun shows, something that is 100% legal in America still. I mean, this might lead to the national ban, who knows? And a Second Amendment gun rights group is involved somehow and are cool with the decision. So, yeah, if you are in Pennsylvania, you probably already know about this. Everybody's talking about it right now. But I just wanted to get this out there. Something stinks, and I can't quite figure out what it is, but I don't believe we should, as gun right advocates, we should never be doing the work of the enemy and looking for a way to infringe on the Second Amendment. That's just my humble opinion. I could be wrong. Let me know down below what you think, especially if you live in Pennsylvania. Do you think that this is cool, kosher, copacetic? Or do you think this is something that is wrong? And I look forward to reading these down below. Again, kind of like an all-over-the-place video, because this scenario, as we stand right now, is all over the place. You talk to different people. There's a lot of craziness going on. But I wanted you all to know what's going on in Pennsylvania. The big picture is that all of the anti-gun groups, Moms Demand, Every Town, Bloomberg, they've got it. Giffords Group, they've all got this now, and they're running with it. And we will not, this is not going to be the end of it. We will hear this going forward. This will not be the end of this, unfortunately. So with that, everybody, I hope you're having a fantastic day. I don't know. Again, something smells fishy. Till we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. I look forward to seeing your comments down below. Please help the shadow ban. Help kill the shadow ban here. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment down below, even if it's an emoji, for the algorithm. I appreciate you all so much more. Again, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.